Okay. I'm here today with Charles. He's going to share his Novolife story with us. He's going to tell you how it has helped him to lose weight and improve his health. And I appreciate you, Charles, sharing this information with us, and
Sure.
hope that you can help other people as well with your testimony.
Okay.
First of all, my first question is, what was your motivation to begin Novolife?
My motivation to begin Novolife was that I was overweight. I was taking 3 different prescription drugs basically because of that extra weight. And so I just knew that my health was going the wrong direction and I needed to do something about it. So.
And how did you hear about it?
Well, my chiropractor, Dr. Doug Prey, invented with some other people's help these products. He's a nutritionist, and I had been coming to his office for several years because of tinnitus that I had ringing in the ears, and it helps that when he does adjustments of my neck, that the noise gets softer. And so as a part of that process, he had told me that he was coming up with this nutritional product that he thought would help me with my weight and wanted me to give it a shot. And I kind of delayed for a while in doing it, and then decided I needed to try it.
Okay. And so you did a 7-day cleanse and detox. What were the immediate results that you saw?
That's been about 3 years ago when we did the first one, and I think the first week that we did it, it was about 12 to 13 pounds that I lost. I was at a point in about 235 at that point, and I had not been able to break through that wall. I would always get discouraged at that weight, and then I would start eating again and would put the weight on and go back up to about 270, 275. But that very first week that I did the very first cleanse, I'd lost about 13 pounds that week. And so it was a very significant wake-up call for me that this process was working.
Now, I know that you've shared with all of our patients and with Dr. Pricks, I know you love to talk about Novolife, but one of the things that you had shared with us is that because of the 7-day cleanse and detox, you feel like that's helped you to get off some of your medications that you had been taking.
I'm off all of my medications with my MD's blessings at this point, and so I'm not taking high blood pressure medicine, I'm not taking cholesterol medicine, and I'm not taking diabetes medicine for type 2 diabetes, because all of that seems to be under control. I go back in every year for an annual physical, and that's coming up again, so we'll have an update on that here in just a few days, as to where I'm at again. So.
Okay. And you've read Dr. Prey's books, I Don't Go With Fat Boys and Fat and Happy, and do you feel like the information in there helped you to make better choices along with the program?
Yes, it did. It sure did. The Dr. Prey's books introduce you to good nutrition. I'd never heard of the nutrition density scale. He talks about this in his book about what foods are nutritious and what foods are not nutritious. And so both of the books have been very helpful.
Good. And you recommend that everyone read those 2 books, right?
Yes, I do.
What are some suggestions that you would offer to others who are interested in beginning the Novolife detox and cleanse, but they're just not sure if it's right for them?
I would say that this is something that they should try, because everyone that I've recommended it to has had similar results to mine. Depending upon how well you follow the program, because you use just the Novolife products and supplement it with anything green if you get hungry while you're doing the cleansing, dieting process, and supplement it with raw almonds. And so if you follow that and follow the criteria very closely, you're going to see some significant results the first time you do it.
Mm-hmm. And people wonder when you start a program like that how challenging that is. What were your challenges and how did you overcome those?
Well, the challenges, I think, is that when you're bringing fat out of your body, if you could envision 15 pounds of fat, there are going to be some constipation issues because you're bringing extra fat out of the body. And so I think the very first time I did it, I had to adjust to those issues, because that fat's got to go somewhere when it comes out of your body. So it's coming out of the solid body waste. And so I think, I don't think the very first time that I did it that I ate as much green vegetables, celery, things that would add fiber to the process to help the solids move on through the system easier.
Okay. And what do you do between your cleanses to continue the detox and the weight loss process? Because you've lost, over the 3 years, you've lost a significant amount of weight and improved your health. So what are you doing in between to continue your success?
Yes, I think it's about personal responsibility. Now, Dr. Pray's books guide you in some of these thoughts. I think you have to take responsibility for when you're going out to eat, because everywhere you go, I don't care whether it's fast food or not, there are healthy choices that you can make from the menu. Now, you have, when you're up there ordering those choices, you know, what are you going to do? Are you going to feed the fat side of your body with unhealthy fat-filled foods, or are you going to go to the healthy foods that have the nutritious value? And I think that's the key. It's a lifestyle change. It's a decision change that I believe we have to make mentally, that I'm going to select the choice that is going to be the healthiest choice for the food. I mean, I'll be almost 70 next year. I will be 70 next year. And so all of these issues become critical with the aging process. I find when I'm eating healthy foods, my body seems to work better. I've had trigger finger in the past where I've had to have surgery on this hand. And when I'm not eating the nutritious green vegetables, the healthy foods like that, this seems to start hurting and it seems to start clicking again. It's a disease called Dupuytren's. But when I'm doing the cleanses and when I'm on the cleanse process, I'm not hurting, nothing snapping or popping. And so I'm seeing some added bonuses to changing that lifestyle and making the right decisions when I'm deciding what I'm going to put into my body as food.
That's one thing that I like about Dr. Pray's books. You know, he talks about inflammatory foods. There are so many things that we eat that we don't realize contribute to the inflammatory process in the body. And there are so many people on medications now being treated for inflammation, when making some basic dietary changes and doing some cleansing and detox would help, and you are a great example of that.
That's exactly correct.
That.
That's right.
Have you tried the new Garcinia Cambogia that Dr. Pray has?
Yes, I have. And I think it works. I haven't done it. I don't think I did it right the first week I had my bottle of it, and because it suggested twice a day and I only did it once a day. And so I'm not for sure that I got the results that I would have gotten with the body cleanse, that type of thing. But I'm going to try that again.
I found with the Garcinia Cambogia, for me, that it has cut my appetite in half. I sit down and eat half of what I would normally eat,
Okay.
and I don't have the cravings for the sweets and other things that I used to have. So that's, you know, I'm thinking other people are having similar experiences as well, and I do take it twice a day.
Okay.
I'm not going to say that I'm having a significant amount of weight loss. I'm losing weight gradually with it, but I eat less, and that helps me to feel better. I don't, you know, I can walk away from the table and be satisfied and not overstuffed. So I like that about the Garcinia Cambogia. Would you recommend Novolife to others?
Would I recommend
Would you
Novolife?
recommend it to others?
Absolutely, 100%. Yes, I do.
Great. And are you going to continue with the Novolife? You've been doing this for 3 years. Is this going to be a part of your lifestyle from here on out?
I am in the midst of a cleanse right now as we speak. I started it last Thursday and Friday. And last Thursday and Friday when I started it, I was about 13 pounds heavier than I am today. I had a little issue with vertigo 6 months ago where I was doing 100 setups on an inversion table, and I think I popped some crystals loose in my ear that gave me vertigo. I gained 20 pounds back. I've done 2 cleanses. I did one about 3 weeks ago, and then I came back, gave my body a rest for about a week or 2 in between the 2 cleanses, and then came back with this cleanse now that I'm in right now, currently, and my scales today say I'm at 205, and when I started that first cleanse 2 weeks ago, I was at 225. So I've lost that 20 pounds that I put back on while I couldn't do anything with the vertigo issues. So.
So that's the nice thing about the Novolife is, you know, we're not perfect, we're human, and we have those special parties that come up, or we have the holidays that come up, and you can do a 7-day cleanse. And Dr. Prey even recommends for some patients to do a mini cleanse.
Yes.
You know, to kind of reset when you do fall off the wagon, so to speak.
That's right.
And our patients that do the little mini cleanses usually will lose those 3 to 7 pounds that they gain when they fall off the wagon.
Exactly.
So, well, Charles, I appreciate you sharing your story with us, and
You're welcome.
You know, we're so proud of you and the success that you've done. You're just a walking bill of health, and you know, from where you were to where you are now, you've just done an amazing job.
Well, thank you. I mean, the feelings are very mutual, because it's been a lifestyle change and a whole new lease on life for me. So I thank you guys at Cherry Street Health and Wellness, and Dr. Prey.